Here we are at the end of KvK. I originally was going to stream this, but I got home about 25 minutes or so before the end, and by the time I would set up the stream, and it was probably just not going to be worth the stream, so I decided to just go ahead and record it. What we did is just go ahead and set a rally on pretty much all the forts, and like I said, this is pretty much just rock paper scissors here at the end. It's about timing and about just hoping that you hit whatever troops you are good against, or even if it's just like range on range or infantry on infantry, just hope for the best. That's really all you can hope for. There is a couple of things that you definitely should take into account when you're doing something like this, especially if you're going to be using timers, for instance. One of the things that you want to do is you want to use a timer that cannot be ported. And what I mean by that is, if you're using a timer, meaning like an alt or something like that, and somebody ports over to that timer and uses tidal wave, I believe is the skill from the Tidal Titan, and then it hits your alt and it makes them actually port away if they burn. So you want to make sure that it's somebody that's not just going to randomly burn from a solo hit or something like that. And then after that, just make sure that you fill. If you can help it, especially here at the end, if you can help not having like one person join every single rallies, because usually with these rallies they're all gonna hit at the same time, and maybe you'll get lucky with one and hit like cavalry into infantry or whatever. But if for some reason a couple of them just don't go the right way and you joined every single rally, that's a very easy way of losing 500, 600k T4. So if you can help it and not do that, even better. Like maybe join 3 rallies, and as long as you have enough people, you know, you'll be able to fill all the rallies without necessarily having everyone join every single rally. Also, if you can help it, the rally leads should probably not join most of the rallies unless you have to, because what ends up happening is that it can maybe mess up your timing if you're a rally lead. And what I mean by that is that once everybody is sped up and you're holding for the timer, if somebody messes up and launches early and for whatever reason hits their fort first, if you're waiting to let go of that timer and launch yourself, once the other person actually hits the fort, you will actually be taken there directly when the other person hits the fort. So it can mess up your whole timing down if you're a rally lead. So definitely I don't suggest to always try to get 6-7 rallies here at the end, but it is what it is. That's what we tried to do. We were going for all the forts, all the bases, and yeah, that's pretty much the whole plan. And then from there, you just want to make sure that you have your infirmaries cleared, obviously, and then just hope for the best. Like it's literally just rock paper scissors. You could have twice the stats of somebody else, but if they hit you with the right troops, they're gonna win. Now you can make the argument, and maybe this is something that I should do more often, but maybe I should just go mixed, because a lot of times, especially if you time it just right, you're going to be hitting last. And if that's the case, even if you hit a blast that's like 3 million, 2.5 million, you know, you're not gonna be straight countered. So maybe that's gonna be the best way. But I guess it really just comes down to how it goes down, and if you time it right, etc., etc. So that's all it's just gonna come down to. But yeah, this one here at the end, this one was kind of just like last second he came on, and we were like, okay, well let's see if we can go ahead and run this rally. And yeah, after this, it was pretty much just waiting on the clock. I actually used my computer's timer, and I kind of synced it up to the base. That way, when I was actually in my rally and waiting to release the timer, I knew exactly what the time on the base was, so I didn't have to worry about any of that. And that's really the best way to go about it, because even if you know your walk time, somebody else can mess you up. Like, especially if you don't have T5, this is something that you should definitely keep in mind if you somehow have like a couple of T5 people in your guild, etc. even if you send T4 and like use infantry, etc., to see how long your march is gonna take, if somebody adds T5 to your march, it is going to make it slower. So that is something that you should definitely always keep in mind as well, if you can have somebody that can actually add T5 to your march. But either way, this is what I was talking about. This is where I was just kind of waiting and looking at my clock on the side as I'm getting familiar attacked by POA. Yo, they felt some type of way still, I guess. But anyway, big text gun was my timer, and I was just waiting for the right opportunity, and then just kind of, I had like this internal clock, because when I set up my timer, I knew that it was about 2 seconds early. So there we go, I launched right there, and then I make sure that I hit my army attack boost, which I don't really think it matters too much, because either you're gonna win or you're not. But in the event, like for instance, that I hit range on range, then hopefully it'll help me there. But yeah, look at that, 1 2 3 4 5 6, I see like seven or 8 rallies. And now that I'm looking at the timer, I'm like, okay, this is timed pretty much perfectly. Now it's just gonna come down to who do I hit, what do I hit, and what's gonna happen here at the end. And of course everybody starts hitting each other, and then do I get a hit in? I do, but I failed. No. But okay, I failed, but what did I hit exactly? Don't tell me I hit infantry, please. Of course I hit infantry. Like, I swear, I go cavalry, I'll hit ranged. If I go infantry, I'll hit cavalry. And it looks like POA was still feeling some type of way.
That's right. Cry.
Overall, though, I feel like it was pretty good. Let me go ahead and show some of the hits here. It was hits on pretty much all the forts. And it just shows you that this was only one kingdom. I can only imagine the hits that happened at our home kingdom, because I know SGK went for the base, BTA, TF, like that probably would have been nice to watch as well, but we were not there. We had our own little focus. So yeah, let me go ahead and show like all the scores and everything like that once all the information came in. Defeat, as we usually are accustomed to, because a lot of these like bigger kingdoms, we don't really win. Let's just be honest. A lot of guilds just kind of sit in forts and don't really go after people. But we were number 1 in our kingdom. 647 definitely won in large part because of these two guilds here at the end, OPS, and I guess I'll call them bar. But yeah, take a look at the world ranking. What? 10 billion? Like, okay, I can understand 2 billion, hell, even 5 billion, because 5 billion, let's not sleep on 5 billion, but 10 billion? Yo, shoutouts to the Frostwolf clan, man. I don't know how they do it. They just literally, they must have 100 people that do not sleep. I don't get it. You would think that one of these times they'll get like some dead kingdoms or something, but hey, they got the recipe. So shout outs to them. Like, man, most guilds that did really well were in the 2 billions, but 10 billion? I don't know. I really wish that I could see this live. Like, that's a live stream that I would definitely watch. Somebody from Frost, just live stream some of it. Like, I want to take a peek. I want to see how the hell y'all be getting 10 billion. Like, I just want to be a fly on the wall, okay? Live stream it. I want to see it, because good lord, 10 billion. Like, the next person, I guess not person, but guild had half your score, and half your score was still really freaking good. I don't get it. Also, ChaChas YouTube was the king of KvK. Now, that is a griffin trap. I'm going to leave a link to his channel in the description, and I'll pin it in the comment section. But yeah, he's going to be putting out some of these videos, and yeah, I want to see how exactly he was able to get all them points. Good lord. And that's a good way to show how a trap gets points without losing a bunch of troops. So I'm excited to see that. But yeah, I mean, KvK was definitely nice. We had some very memorable moments, and I just, like, when KvKs have more than one kingdom, it's just it's so much more attractive. most of you weren't even around probably when KvK was just open. You could literally go to any kingdom at any time, and then they started restricting it to at most 4 kingdoms. I don't know. I guess it was just too many kingdoms now, but man, it's like when you get 1 versus 1s, that's just so boring and such a waste. But yeah, appreciate you guys for watching, and until later.